Okay, welcome back everybody to more Roadwarden. We'll have more Roadwarden the rest of this week, so that's tomorrow as well. So let's get right into it. The gate opens violently and rebounds with a loud thud, almost closing again. The creature in front of you is made of floating rocks that appear to be connected, but it's just an illusion. They could twist and bend in every direction. The eyeless sentinel faces you blankly. That's this golem here. You've seen other golems in Hovleven, endlessly helping with bothersome tasks, but you've no idea what makes them move. It lowers its slab-like hands and steps aside, making way for you. Its head rotates, following your steps, but other than that, it's as motionless as a statue. I enter the yard. The house in front of you has a huge entrance, just large enough for a golem. The building is whitewashed, but the lime is aged and damaged. The tools are spread around in no particular order. The rocks resting on the top of the shed resemble the golems. The garden patches, covered with herbs and vegetables, are neglected. It's quiet here. I guess she probably wouldn't want me to just walk around. Probably. I approached the sitting golem. Whoops, wrong button. Wait, what was that? Fishing trap by... Oh, right, I had to remember that. Approached the sitting golem. Blah. It seems dead. Inactive, as city folk would call it. But the pneuma still makes its chunks float less than an inch away from one another. It doesn't react to your presence. Unlike the previous golem, this one bears engraved signs on its larger rocks. Their meaning is unclear to you, and you can't tell if they're a decoration or carriers of a spell. A leaf of the doors opens. A leaf of the doors opens. Don't know what that means. The woman is tall and stands upright, with her arms crossed and legs apart. She's more than 30, with a face touched by a lack of sleep. She gives you a long look, observing your blade, hands, boots, forehead, everything but your eyes. I greet ye. Without the distortion caused by the gargoyle, her strong voice isn't as disquieting. No surprise that it caught your eye, but don't disturb it. It's very much awoken and will defend itself. Or me, if it comes to it. I give her a better look. She's wearing a long, ragged robe, covered in stains. It used to be blue, but now is unevenly pale. She's barefoot, with skin covered with dust and dirt. Her dark hair was recently washed, but it's untidily spread on her shoulders, back and chest. She wears no jewelry, belts, or buckles. Let's see. Let's get to it. Okay, how... if I'm saying I won't be wasting her time. Won't bother you for long. I don't know if I'm not gonna bother her for long. I might actually sleep here because it's so late. Yeah, I can't really do that one. I mean, we'll come around. Let's get right to it. Let's get to it. She nods and looks at your ear. You can't figure out the color of her eyes. Green? Good. This place is not open to those who don't use the tongue of dragons and barter. Uh-oh. I only have one coin. And unlike those from creeks, idle talk puts me to sleep. Or to nightmares, rather. If you come here, I better get aught from it. For now, let's not invite a dragon. She walks past you and cocks her head towards the golem, who let you in. It turns around and shuts the gate. Good that you came at such an hour. Keep it up in the future. If you ever come here in the middle of the day, you'll stand outside, looking at the doors like an ibex. We don't need more salutations, so... She looks through the sky, her voice remaining bored. If you're here to make a deal, I'm ready to hear you. But don't test my patience. Okay, let's go one at a time then. I'm trying to learn more about the peninsula. She leans away, frowning. I can't even begin to describe how much I hope you aren't here to exchange gossip. If you crave it so much, ride south to Pell to the north. The keeper is stiff like a broom, but offers a nice room. She glances at you, but her gray irises remain absent. Or if you'd rather visit a cheerful place, ride north to Foggy Lake. Or was it Foggy's Lake? Whatever. Foggy is the innkeeper. Is it the keeper? At least he's not as boring as the other guy. Do you have anything interesting to sell? Well, I'm not a trader. I do the stuff people ask me about, and they're not for sale. She glances at the house, then toward a pocket at her hips. There's but one tool that I'm willing to part with, for 11 bones, but it's for spellcasters only. She reaches out to you. On her open palm you see a flat, small pebble, bluish, but in no way unusual. You put it in your mouth, and press it to your palate. No chewing. She smirks. If you're a sorcerer, it will restore your pneuma. And it won't dissolve? What if it's used by someone who still has a pneuma in them? Or can't use magic? Oh, you don't want to do that. She grabs the end of her hair. It will boil your blood and rip your skin apart. Each cell is like a bottle for pneuma. It has its limits. You can train to contain more of it, like I've been doing for more than 20 years now. But there's no magical rock that's going to do it for you. Okay, this might be where she says it's reusable. Why a pebble? Wouldn't a potion be easier to use? Do I smell of smoke and mushrooms? I'm not going to play around with flasks and alembics. She takes to the rock. This one won't break, won't scatter, won't spoil. Perfect for a traveler, or any buyer really. She steps away and adjusts her dirty robe. It works, and it won't hurt you if you're smart with it. It's a lifesaver. I'll think about it. Need aught else? Surely you've filled some arrows with pneuma before. Any ideas where this is from? I saw her the one that I found near the fallen tree. Fallen tree? Don't even remember that. I apparently picked up an arrow. And it's full of pneuma, I guess. Huh. Why are you tracing a murderer? She smirks, but then grabs the arrow and takes a quick look. Black and orange. I don't know much about wood, but I recognize these feathers. The people of Gale Rocks breed such pheasants. She gives it back. It's in the far north, close to the coast. Have I ever been to Gale Rocks? Don't do that. Check the map. I'm not gonna actually travel. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, I don't think I've ever been to Gale Rocks, have I? Must be with that arrow. It's too late to go anyway. Okay. Let's see, have you ever been to the shortcut? What's that? Only once, she admits slowly, but it's not a good memory. Her brief tale is rather vague. She once had to use her golems to travel to the other side, seeking a remedy for her stomachache. Huh. The beasts were afraid of the noise they make. She points at the massive stone legs of her creations, but the monkeys in the far west were too dumb even for that. They kept throwing things at us, even poop. She pauses, making a disgusted grimace. We couldn't reach them, or scare them away. You ask what happened next, but she crosses her arms. I was told it's better to ignore them. Let them get used to one's sight. But my stomach was better already, so we just took the long way back. That's a really weird one. Okay, here's more of my quests. A few hunters recently left creeks, and haven't returned so far. Dahlia, Adamon, Vashae. Have you seen them? Adamon. He was here alright. Asked me about the lands east of the stone bridge in the north. But I couldn't help him much. Those lands are better left to... She pauses, then waves it off. Huh. Okay, so Adamon. East, north lands of the north, bridge of the north. Excuse me. I've heard about some bandits. Don't they bother you? She puts her hands on her sides and straightens up, displaying her unusual height. Is this another game, a sick game of hers? If so, tell her I'm not interested either in her head or her offers. You notice a sudden movement of their golem. Huh. Doesn't want to talk about the bandits. I wonder if I ask the wrong questions, will she kick me out of her little hovel thing? So what's your story? Why do you live so far away from any village? She looks around. No. Fine. Okay, maybe she might be useful for this. I bring news from the west. Old Picos is facing a grave plague. She stands still. Come again. While you describe the symptoms, she starts to fidget and finally interrupts you. Cut it. Have you heard about Eulalia and Irenaeus? They're about 50, 55. A mason and a sculptor. Her eyes are getting bad. He has a limp. I never entered the gate. She rubs her arms above her elbows, as if to warm herself up. If you ever ride there again, she meets your eyes, ask around, please. I need to know. Okay, so I'm thinking there's probably a time limit, and if I were to get here, then go back and ask about them, if they're still alive, I tell her and she'll help me heal them. Huh. How many days has passed since I started the game? Let's see. Questions about the golems. Might as well. I'm not really going anywhere. I have some questions about your golems. She walks around the closest sentinel and observes it like a farmer would a donkey before a purchase. Isn't it clear what they are? Furniture that walks and works. They carry rocks and logs, hunt, kind of, and protect this place while I rest. What else is there to say? Do they talk? Eudocia still moves her lips, but her words are coming from the stone creature, which doesn't move an inch. No more than the gargoyle you have seen. Their voice is deep, distorted by an echo. They don't need meat or bones, and listen to my commands, but have no understanding of what's happening around them. To create a sentient creature, you'd need a human cell, and a whole lot of necromancy. The golem raises its hands, and shows you its palms. I'm not going to touch that. She then mentions that her creation isn't much of a messenger. It needs to remain close to her. Just look at it. The golem covers its non-existent mouth. It has no eyes, snout, ears. Seeing the world through its head is like putting the eyeball into a rose bush. It takes pneuma, and the farther away it is, the more exhausting it gets. How do you make one? I fill each rock with pneuma, bind them together. She pauses, then waves it off. You won't build one anyway. Like alchemists, enchanters have their own secrets, but I've got no way of sharing my talents with others. Is it for sale? One day, or so I hope, she points at a golem's hand. One wrong order and it'll tear your head away, or kick over a house. It won't ever be safe, but the dead make for bad customers, and I won't be blamed for others' stupidity. So she's kind of hoping that she'd be dead before she sells it, I guess. Just before, though. Her further answers come in greater detail, but they're rather complex. From what you understand, she plans to invent a set of very specific commands that could be quickly learned, then bind them to a wand, binding it to the creature. I'm still not sure if it's the safest solution. If a wand was taken by a reaver, stuff could get ugly. It's so loud when it walks. Don't monsters react to its presence? She lets out a chuckle. They flee from them as they would from trolls. They can't stalk their prey, or jump on them from a bush. But when they don't move for long, beasts take them for rocks. It's not like they need to breed. It just sits still, waiting for a roe deer to get close. The golem's eye suddenly gets brighter. The golem's eye suddenly gets brighter. It jumps forward and punches the air. It lands with the sound of thunder. That's why I need them to be so large, the enchantress explains. I can't give them muscles. The speed I give them is pure pneuma. Being firm and heavy helps. She disregards your mentions of the wrath of the herds. True, I make more mess than most humans would, but that's one of the reasons why I stay away from the villages. Being all alone, I give the beasts time to get used to my walls, and my sentinels know to stay away from unicorns and peddlers. Let's change the topic. Her lips form a smile. If anyone asks you about them, don't spare good words. They're things of wonder, my greatest enchantment. I saw some words on your golem. What do they mean? She looks at your right elbow. It's not, Warden. Decorations. Huh. What's with the gargoyle? Yeah, why is it very detailed in its coloring? Can't an enchantress show off her trophy? She gives you a proud smile. My sentinels took it down years ago. Okay, there it is. The tribe of old Pagos is fond of statues, so I have my own, like in the old days, long before monks came to the north. Seeing your puzzled look, she twirls her hair. A dead gargoyle on the road, or by our village gate, was meant to scare off evil spirits. I don't know about that, but its right sure taught the local beasts who they're dealing with. What can you tell me about enchanting? She looks at your hand and starts to twirl her hair. Not really. She's twirling her hair as if she likes me or something. Not really. I don't know how I do the stuff I do. As a kid, I put Numa into my toys. I made my earthen sparrow fly, and my whistle gave a tune without being blown. I practiced for years, but by doing, not by understanding. That's kinda not helpful for me. She puts a hand on her hips and observes her clean nails. I can't teach stuff that's in my fingers, or my eyes, or my breath. It's just a part of me. I need a place to rest. Can I spend the night here, please? Even though she drawls out her words with frustration, she speaks with ease as if she's reciting a memorized speech. I know how harsh the woods can be, but I don't offer shelter to travelers. I don't want to look behind my own shoulder for hours, or use my golems to protect ye. Travel north or south, look for a tavern or an inn. You'll find a safe hearth there. She blinks and crosses her arms. And we're both adults. Don't tell me that I could bind you with a rope, or take away your blades. The less I have to touch you, the better. Okay, well, I could be in trouble then. I'm looking for a job. I got a job. She stands still for a moment, then cocks her head to the side. I've got some stuff that could use another hand. You up for some danger, if it comes to it? You nod and ask what sort of creature is bothering her. Nah, I meant riding and climbing. If you can do it without grabbing that axe of yours, fine. Now give me a moment. She opens one of the heavy doors up to her house, and you catch a glimpse of a messy bed, and a floor covered with clothes. After a minute, she shows up with a large sack filled with rods made of smooth, clean bronze. Here's the gist of it. I need you to get to 8 spots across the peninsula. High buildings, trees, mountainsides. I don't really travel much. She lets out a confident chuckle. So I can't hold your hand. I need one of them in White Marshes, in the wetlands far east of here. Other than that, you need to keep your eyes open. What? So I have to plant these rods into the ground, I'm guessing. And I have to guess where all the places are. She takes one of the rods. Just give me that one rod, not all of them. Or is it going to be one at a time? That's going to be annoying. Once you reach a good spot, place one of these as high as you can. I'll pay you in dragons. 2 for each one, so cheap. But place at least 4 before you come to see me. I'm going to get multiple ones. I need as many of them out there as possible. So far, so good. What are they for? But I'm out of time, so I think I'll leave that for next time. Bye!